Yeah, that's right. We're loading in here on Moondance.
And spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Moondance, we have the South Korean Terran player himself. He is yellow, representing Psy Storm Gaming. It is GuMiho.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of the map, playing for Alpha X, it is the American Protoss, Astrea.
And we were talking about potential goal bases, we were talking about shenanigans, and that's exactly what we're getting here as GuMiho goes for another proxy.
Yeah, GuMiho going for proxy racks here. So in the TVP, it is a little bit more common to go for just a single proxy racks like this. So I'll just expect a Reaper, maybe a bunker behind the mineral lines, and this can be a good way just to get a little bit of momentum at the start of the game.
Yeah, definitely not the most committed proxy by any means here, as Astrea is going to be scouting across the map. And the scary thing is that even if Astrea rocks up, and even if he sees that there is no racks, it's always one of those things where, because this is so common, it could just be hidden in the main base in the back line. It could be at the natural, could be at the third, could be at the other third, could be at the other, could be anywhere. So it's going to be a little bit in the dark. We'll see if he does end up making a safety zealot or something to help combat said Reaper. Oh my god!
Oh yeah, interesting, going for a tech lab straight away, and it does look like that SCV is going to hang around, maybe even make a factory. So this is looking like it's going to be a proxy marauder to start off with, but an extra factory as well. Considering the positioning of this, I actually think he's going to float it into the main and start making mines.
Yeah, he's going to go for the infamous Latin American rompeculo, mate. Let's go. Oh my god, White Asia does this all the time. It's disgusting where he goes on in. He even gets an armory behind this just so you need detection to help deal with those winter mines. It can be disgusting, mate. Absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, I think you do need to do this with an armory, but considering the marauders with the concussive shells as well, it is possible that he sneaks this into the back and starts making Hellions as well. So I could see a couple of different ways this could go.
Yeah, definitely a couple of different variants here available to him. I mean, Astrea, props to him, he has been able to keep this this probe alive, and he has stuck around long enough to the point where there has to be a proxy out on the map, right? Like, there was no follow-up factory here in the main base. Something has to be going on, and he does scout the factory.
Yeah, he does scout the factory, but GuMiho's just going to start making these mines anyways. The pressure is absolutely on, and meanwhile, attacking at the front with the marauders is going to force that stalker away from the man.
Oh, it should force it away from the main base. Right now, it's still hammering away at that factory. The first pylon at the low ground is going to go down. The bunker is on the way as well. Astrea looks like he's almost setting himself up to try and expand, take a bit of a ninja base there. The Reaper, sorry, the Widowmine has burrowed. There is no armory with this.
Yeah, I do like this as well from Astrea, trying to get as much damage as he can on this mine. This mine is now stuck here. I can't really go further in to try to catch these probes, so I can see why he left the stalkers there. Very intelligent player.
Yeah, exactly. So the Minorian is now safe back at home. I believe we do have the Starport on the way. A medevac coming out actually for GuMiho.
Yeah, very interesting. Possibly just going to land a factory somewhere and start making mines, but actually making stim on that racks that he has out on the map, and he is going to take down this Nexus. This doesn't necessarily mean that he's in the lead. It is really good for the build that he's going for, but it does look like Astrea going to transition into a 3-gate robo to try to end the game.
Yeah, exactly. He's still stuck. He's going to be stuck here on one base. He's going to try and, well, he was thinking about maybe taking a ninja base here or maybe taking the pocket, but GuMiho has eyes on this, confirming the one base play. Oh, and even more gates get thrown down.
Yeah, that's right. And meanwhile, on the side of GuMiho, he's actually going to stay on one base himself, throwing down 2 more extra racks with that stim on the way as well. This is going to be a very aggressive one-base build coming out of GuMiho, probably a timing with tanks and marines.
So how would this shape up? One base Protoss against one base Terran. I mean, I guess GuMiho has a little bit of momentum early on right now, especially with these Marauders. Astrea still a little bit out of position. Bearing in mind, also, Astrea didn't go for a Twilight Council. He will have Blinkless Stalkers here to defend.
Yeah, they are blinkless, but he does have the prism as well just to help out with those stalkers. I do favor Terran in this situation usually. The Terran one base all-ins do tend to do pretty well against the Protoss counterparts, but Astrea is going to find this researching tech lab, and I think he's going to be able to take this down and deny the stim. That's a huge blow to GuMiho.
Wow, stim does get denied. GuMiho maybe even leading Astrea in that direction because of that medevac. I'm not too sure, but as you were saying, now without stim, suddenly this becomes a lot more doable for Astrea.
Yeah, and GuMiho, they're taking a big risk getting the stim out on the map like that. It is a good risk to take because it can pay off really well later on. He would have been in a fantastic spot, but it's going to be so hard to defend this now without the stim.
Yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, we still have that high ground vision. The stim once again could be denied as that tech lab is looking incredibly exposed.
Yeah, really nice aggression and micro from Astrea as well, keeping all of these stalkers alive by blinking them in and out of the prism, and he's going to start to ferry them onto the high ground now.
Yeah, exactly. Slowly being ferried up into the high ground. We do have one tank here, though, and again, with the help of this tank, it looks like Astrea is going to be forced back. GuMiho will have a little bit of time of reprieve. He restarts stim once again for the third time. Second time, even.
Yeah, the tank and the Viking just going to shoo this away here, and he's done a good job keeping that Raven alive as well. So with that second base starting to morph into an orbital, Gumi does have a good little economic lead that he can start to abuse later into this game.
Oh yeah, he definitely will. Astrea back at home also expanding, trying to take his own natural base behind this, but again much later compared to that of GuMiho. We now have a Viking, so with help of this Viking, Astrea will not be able to get or find a way into the main base. Oh, I almost thought for a moment that GuMiho was going to land the racks in the in the main. Okay, he's sane, a little bit more sane.
He's somewhat sane.
Yeah, a little bit.
There's a reason. There's a reason behind it.
There's a reason behind the GuMiho as Astrea even double expanding. I don't blame him again. He's been stuck on one base for so long. If he's able to get this pocket base up and running, he will be able to catch up immensely. But GuMiho isn't going to take this line down as he goes across the map with an empty medevac.
Yeah, that's right. He is sending out this empty medevac just to put a little bit of pressure on the side of Astrea. Meanwhile, Astrea using this 4 stalker drop just to pick off a few of these SCVs. And nice micro there, saving all the stalkers. He is also at home getting up his robo base, so he will have the potential for disruptors as well. That can make these pushes very difficult. These tank marine pushes slows things down quite a lot.
Definitely. I love the way that he's utilizing his tech, going for the robo first, going straight into the bay as well. From here, Colossus or Disruptors, both of them would be ideal. But GuMiho is now moving out across the map, and he finally gets Stim.
Yeah, Stim has finally finished. It's been an arduous trip getting there, but we've managed to do it. And Gumi even has 3 tanks ready. He throws down a scan, realizes these sentries are trying to block off this path, so he will take the separate path over here to the side, and that's going to make these force fields less effective.
Ooh, an anti-armor missile does connect with the entire ground army of Astrea. Force fields are going to be able to slow him down, though, are going to be able to buy time for that anti-armor missile to run out. Immortal has now rocked up, and there is that first disruptor on the production tab.
Yeah, that's right, and also while he was doing that, Astrea managed to snipe the Viking, and he also sniped the Raven, so this War Prism is going to be able to be a lot more effective without that Viking picking away at it.
Oh, definitely taking out that Viking was crucial there to make sure he maintains that map control, but the army sims on board anyway. The drop shot goes off, the Nova will zone away the army, but that is it. GG gets called, and GuMiho will take the first game.
GG, very strong game by GuMiho, showing his creativity with his strategies there. So pretty crazy game in the end there, even having Stim tonight, but was still able to make that push work.
Oh yeah, that was beautifully done, despite the fact that Stim was denied so often. And I want to throw it back to the to the analysis cat desk here. Hello, Rufus. How was that game?
Very boring, apparently.
It's like, I'm not impressed.
It's like, if I see any more Terrans winning, I am never doing this again. This is just, every time I tune in, they just stim, they just A-move, and I've had enough of it.
Had enough. I mean, we're getting ready with our second lobby here, and I don't blame Rufus at all. You know, Terran, they're always winning. Mate, Rufus was there last night too. You know, Terran was winning then as well. WCL.
He's like, mate, I was up till 3 AM last night watching Terran winning. I've had enough of this shit.
Oh my god. Well, hopefully we can appease Rufus a little bit. We can have a little bit more of a back and forth. Hopefully we can go all the way to the ace match here. Give your energy, give your power, chat, to our Protoss.
Yeah, that's right, and he's going to need your power because he's coming up against a very powerful Korean Terran. GuMiho been in fantastic form, and here he is in the top right hand corner, the yellow Terran playing for Psystorm. It is GuMiho.
And spawning in the bottom left hand corner of Data Under the Sea, we have the American Protoss player himself. He is red, representing Alpha X. It is Astrea.
Yeah, that's right, and things so far shaping up a little bit more normally. GuMiho making his racks in his base. What?
Hey, that's crazy. Facts. This is the first time today that I'm seeing GuMiho make his racks at home. Oh my god. So
I mean, it could be anywhere. What are the odds?
What are the chances, mate? What are the chances? I don't know. I think I wish we had player cams, because once Astrea goes up this ramp, he's gonna be in awe. But yeah. So far, quote unquote standard opener. But I feel like we have to say the opposite here. For GuMiho, this is not standard.
Yeah, that's right. But GuMiho, he has shown in these ESL Open Cups that he is more than capable of playing a more standard game. Even throwing down that cheeky little depot there to trap this probe in, so this probe would not be getting out unless it's recalled. Just a little bit of an extra advantage for him there.
Oh yeah, exactly. He is locked in here with the Terran, a terrifying prospect. Almost gets a kill on that SCV. Just, again, gonna do whatever he can to get a full scout of, be as annoying as possible. He could even shock around and maybe even try and get a snipe on that SCV. He wants it so bad. He goes for it. Oh.
Yeah, GuMiho wise to it. Hasn't been able to repair that SUV just yet, but this Reaper is finally going to clean up the probe, and that will be sent across the map now just to do a little bit of scouting. But everything on the side of Astrea looking fairly standard so far.
Yeah, the pylons are at home. We do have a gate expand here for Astrea as well. In a couple of moments, once the Cyber Core is done, once we have enough gas, we will be seeing the tech of choice. And Astrea, again, because it is Astrea, it can be hard to read. Opts not to go for the Twilight Council, not going for Blink again.
Yeah, going for the Stargate here, and this is something that's been quite heavily in the meta in TVP, especially against these double gas openings. It can help just to get a lot of scouting off and keep you safe. It can be fairly difficult as a Protoss to scout the Terran in the early game. So if you go for these Oracle openings, for these Phoenix openings, it's just going to help you get into that main base and also get a little bit of damage done as well.
Definitely. So we'll see if he can get that to happen, get into that main base of GuMiho and figure out what's going on. Meanwhile, the double Reapers of GuMiho actually get into the natural base. They're going to be able to get some economic damage done here. 1-2 probes already going down.
Yeah, that's right. That's already quite a lot of damage for these Reapers. Honestly, these Reapers don't need to get that much damage. It's not a huge commitment. Just getting scouting is usually enough. And I really like this by GuMiho as well. Just leaving a mine out in the middle of the map. This is not where you're going to expect to see this. And going for the double bluff as well with the Reaper. Yeah, in the bushes. Very clever move there.
Oh, very nicely done indeed. But GuMiho, he kind of gave up a little bit for that. As in, he did get a little bit of economic damage, but he didn't scout the main base. He wasn't able to confirm the opener. He's a little bit in the dark as to whether or not it is a Twilight Council or a Stargate.
Yeah, that's right. He will have some idea just based on the Adept and the gas mining, but seeing that he's going for a Widow Mine drop, I don't think he's completely aware this is a Stargate. This isn't exactly what you normally want to do, but a little bit of fortuitous routing here. Actually going to intercept this Oracle out on the map.
Wow, exactly. Now he can start preparing at home. Immediately the Cyclone begins as well. So again, he wasn't quite aware of the Stargate, but now he's fully aware of it, and it may pay off because he's still committed to that Widow Mine drop.
Yeah, that's right, and this Widow Mine drop, it's not exactly what you expect when you're going for the Stargate, and we can see as well from Astrea that he's not going for any Phoenix, but nice pull there, manages to only lose 3 probes, losing the Stalker as well, so not bad damage at all for GuMiho considering the mining time lost.
Yeah, exactly. He's also able to save every single one of these Widow Mines again because there is no Blink. There's no way to really punish this. There wasn't a large Stalker count. We do have a Phoenix on the way. No, actually, Astrea opts to cancel it. Doesn't want to commit to the Phoenix. Doesn't think it's going to be worth it. Doesn't think that he needs it. Going to be cutting a little bit of corners.
Yeah, actually, in this case, I have a feeling that he wanted to show the Phoenix building to GuMiho and make it look like he's going for more of like a Phoenix Zealot or Phoenix Colossus style, but GuMiho taking out the Oracle there.
Oh my god, exactly. A massive play here. The Oracle does essentially nothing this game. He killed 2 Marines in the middle of the map, but that is it. Now GuMiho is headed towards that third base, does confirm the location of the army, but that drop is still going.
Yeah, his drop is sharking around, but to be honest, Astrea's done a really good job here hiding that he's going for a Blink Stalker transition. This is something we saw Zest doing a lot, this one Oracle into Blink, and he's done a good job with making that Phoenix in the vision of the medevac, just trying to cover up exactly what he's doing. So GuMiho, realizing that now, is going to back off and just try to establish a third.
Yeah, exactly. Does back off in the end. The interesting thing is that Astrea has gone back into that Phoenix production, so he will make one of them for his troubles. Again, just to make sure he can shut down that drop and it doesn't get too out of hand. But only a single Phoenix isn't going to invest into multiple of them. He's more concerned with making more Stalkers than anything else, as that has been hidden, and he is going to be able to test the waters at this third. Oof.
Yeah, it does look like he's going for more of a Stalker charge style. Nice blink there, doesn't take any extra damage, so no hull damage on these Stalkers, and he's going to look to start to put on a little bit of pressure here.
Oh, exactly. But his hand has been a little bit revealed, as GuMiho is fully aware of the Blink Stalkers available to Astrea. He is in position, even has some Widow Mines to kind of make sure that Astrea doesn't dive in or doesn't blink forward aggressively towards his location. Has a tank on the high ground, so Astrea's going to have a hard time finding some damage.
Yeah, he's just going to poke in here, see if he can get some damage on these Marines, even take out one of these Marauders. GuMiho, a little bit late on the pickup there, isn't able to save that one, and Astrea's just going to recall home now.
Does recall home in the end, saving the majority of his Stalkers. Just trying to trade out as best he can, waiting for the rest of his upgrades. Charge on the way. Massive gateway explosion as well. 5 gates throwing down at once, +1 attack as well. This is something we haven't seen too often, and I'm curious if that's going to be the case. You know, this just mass gateway style where you don't really rely at all on disruptors or colossi.
Yeah, this is definitely something Astrea's been a bit known for in the past, going for more of a high eco gateway style. It does have its weak moments, so at the moment you can see his gateway unit count is a little bit low, and that's why he's sending these zealots out just to get a bit of map vision, make sure that he knows anything that's coming his way. So
oh my god,
he's going to try to be a little bit greedy with his units, but well, that's a nasty trap hidden in the bushes there.
Exactly. Astrea has to be careful, especially because he may only think that there's only a single Widow Mine there, and he may be in for a nasty surprise, so he has to be so careful with his army. Meanwhile, the Phoenix does get confirmation of the location of GuMiho's main army, as they do scan, and GuMiho actually misses the charge lots and the Stalkers. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, that's right. Astrea's doing a good job just hiding these charge lots. This is definitely something you want to do when you're playing this kind of style, playing it almost like a Zerg, just having this run-by squad hidden off to the side that can also be brought in for a surround. And that's going to help deal with the tanks in the backline, but it looks like GuMiho going to push forward with these mines.
Oh god, he is pushing forward with the mines. We do have another anti-armor missile, and all of these Stalker chargers do come in from behind, but they've run into a meat grinder.
Yeah, all of these mines going off on these units, and the anti-armor missile Stalkers are just going to get shredded by the bio. There's just too much bio here, and I think Astrea's third base and his chances in this game are going down. GG.
GG gets called. GuMiho with a phenomenal opening, let's be honest. He was able to do economic damage with his Reapers. He was able to shut down the Oracle as well. He was able to maintain control and not really even take too much damage from those Blink Stalkers. Like, that was a masterclass of TVP.
Yeah, very well done by GuMiho. So much presence on the map throughout. Completely denies any damage from the Oracles of Astrea. Catching it out on the map with the 2 Marines. That's a very cute move. And just showing his class as a player, is able to get the 2-0.
GG, congratulations. My condolences to both Astrea and to Rufus, as I see he's...
He's okay, he's happy.
He's like, I didn't even need to watch the game, mate. I know that Terran's gonna win. It's...
Yeah, he's like, wake me up when it's over, Pop. You tell me, give me one.
Don't even tell me. I know, okay, I know. Oh, God. But yes, congratulations to GuMiho. He will move on to the semi-finals, where, as we quickly check the brackets, let's see if there are any updates here.